All right, good people. This is SportsBug89. I'm coming at y'all today with the mid-season National Football League predictions. I actually did a prediction video around this time last month. Of course, I don't want to come at y'all with a thousand, prediction videos or anything like that. Wouldn't want you to think I'm straddling the fence or anything, but just know from now on you will get a preseason, mid-season, and also a playoff prediction video going forward. And also in the description box there is a link for the actual listing of predictions on the SportsBug89 blog page. You can click on that, and also do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more information. Thank you guys. And right now I am pulling up my AFC playoff prediction along with my NFC playoff predictions. And again, this is mid-season. We're only about 6 or 7 games in for the most part. So this is just basically what I am predicting based off of the small sample size that we've been given so far. Of course, you can have a tale of two seasons. You can have a great first half of the season, while a lot of teams that have a bad or great second half of the season and get hot at the end. So what we have here to start out, we have the AFC, and for the American Football Conference, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, who are currently 5-1. I have them finishing the year 13-3. Judging off their schedule, I only see them probably losing about maybe 1 or 2 more games. They've had an incredible year. Kareem Hunt is the league's leading rusher, while Alex Smith is the league leading passer. Sorry about that, folks. As far as, of course, coming off a loss to Pittsburgh last week, of course, they looked human, but for the most part, they've, looked extraordinary over their first 6 games or so. And I expect them to carry that momentum and ride that wave all the way until the end of the season. Again, I have them finishing 13-3, probably a divisional loss in there, maybe. I know the Raiders play them tough, the Chargers play them tough, and also Denver plays them tough as well. Also, Denver's a tough place to play, so you never know as the season goes on. All right, and that is the AFC West champion Chiefs, which I predict to be 13-3. Next on the list, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, finishing the season at 12-4. The Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, have had a lot of controversy this year. They've been, pretty up and down. Big Ben has not been Big Ben this year, but I do expect him to turn up the pace as the season goes on, going into the second half of the season in a few weeks. Le'Veon Bell is back. I don't think there's an argument there. AB is going to be AB. So the Killer Bees are on point on offense. The defense is, I believe, #1 in the National Football League at the moment. They have the Bengals coming up Sunday, of course, who have the #2 ranked defense in the National Football League. Top 2 defenses going against each other. AFC North football, that one should be a slugfest. And I actually have the Cincinnati Bengals, despite somewhat of a slow start, I have them as one of my wild cards as well. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, and I have the New England Patriots with the 3 seed and not getting a first-round bye. And the reason why I picked them not to get a first-round bye this time around will be due to the tiebreaker matchup later in the season with the Pittsburgh Steelers in, I believe, week 15 or week 16. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, will win that tiebreaker matchup. It is at home in Pittsburgh. So with that tiebreaker matchup, that should put the Steelers over top of the Patriots for a first-round bye in the 2017 playoffs, while the Patriots will have to play in the wild card round for the first time in a while. We're normally used to the Patriots having a 1 or 2 seed. Because of their shaky start, I think it may affect them in the end. Doesn't mean that they won't win it all at the end. Of course, they've proven otherwise in the past. But I do have them finishing as the 3 seed as opposed to grabbing a first round bye this year. The Houston Texans, I believe, will squeak into the playoffs and also squeak into a AFC South title at only 9-7. The AFC South has been just nothing but dismal so far this year. But Deshaun Watson being a rising star, I believe he gives them the lift that they need. For the wild cards, I have the Cincinnati Bengals at 10-6. And I have the Denver Broncos also finishing at 10-6. Of course, both teams have great defenses, and judging based off of that, they should win a few games. Of course, despite how sluggish their offenses may be from time to time. Of course, they probably won't go deep into the playoffs, but they will have good enough records, and both have good enough defenses to at least start off in the playoff hunt or the playoff race. Whether they're first round exits or not, they both should be, pretty solid choices to make a playoff berth. All right. And we're going to the NFC. The NFC, I have the Carolina Panthers at 12-4. Of course, despite their most recent loss, I believe the Carolina Panthers will bounce back and carry on that momentum towards the end of the season. I have them 12-4 as the top seed in the NFC. The Seattle Seahawks, despite their horrific offensive line, some way, somehow, I believe that Legion of Boom defense will help win them some games. I have them at 11-5 and grabbing a first round bye. The Philadelphia Eagles, the surging Philadelphia Eagles, will grab the 3 seed along with the NFC East title. And I have the Detroit Lions as the 4 seed at 10-6. The Detroit Lions, I believe, will come out of the NFC North, of course, due to the Aaron Rodgers injury, which has been well publicized. That should put Green Bay at a disadvantage. Of course, we have also the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings in that division. Need I say more? Detroit, should definitely be the better team coming out of that division. Even though the Vikings have a great defense, Detroit is a more complete team, maybe the most complete team in that division right now. So I would say Detroit would come out of there. And for the wild card, I have the surging LA Rams at 10-6, and I am sticking with the same team that, of course, may be a bit of a surprise. This was from my preseason predictions. I predict that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will finish 10-6 and grab a playoff spot. Of course, they'll be well short of a division title because Carolina will at least be I would say 2 to 3 games up. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe, will get in. Jameis Winston is currently injured, but I believe when he comes back, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will probably ride a short wave of momentum going into the last portion of the season, the last quarter of the season, and end up clinching a playoff berth. All right, guys, and that will pretty much wrap this up. And of course, in January, come the start of the 2017 playoffs, we will have the playoff predictions leading into the wild card game. So be on the lookout for that. Do not forget to subscribe. Again, this is SportsBug89. Catch you guys later. Deuces.